Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. This is another edition of Spurs Around the World, where we will be hearing from international fans talking about our latest game, Brighton and Hove Albion 3, Tottenham Hotspur 2. In this episode, we will be hearing from fans from Zambia, South Africa, Argentina, Ireland, Malta and England.
Good morning, Chris. I hope you're well. This is Younes, a lifelong Tottenham fan for over 45 years from Zambia. Just recovering from yesterday's game. What a game. Game of two halves, as I say, Chris. The performance in the first half was, I would say, the best so far this season. We were outstanding. We had the game in control. We should have been more than 2-0 up by halftime. The team looked very fluid. We had Brighton under the cosh. However, we are Spurs and we know what happens with Spurs. Second half, what can I say? I'm still recovering. I can't believe how we played, how awful we were. I think as soon as they scored the first goal, the momentum changed, gave them the confidence. Defending by Udogie wasn't the best. However, in terms of our mentality, like against Leicester, against Newcastle, we melted. We lost all the mental strength that we had. We looked weak mentally. We gave up. Players looked nervous. The momentum changed. Brighton took over the game. They knew that we had conceded defeat, and they went for the second and the third goal. What's worrying, Chris, overall is in terms of Ange and his approach to the game. As much as I love his attacking philosophy, it's wonderful when we play fast, fluid, attacking football as we did yesterday against Man United the week before. However, games are not won just attacking and not paying attention to defense. We look very vulnerable defensively. He doesn't seem to be learning from last season, and the same trend has carried on this year. Substitutions were made very late. The team looked tired, whether it was Europa League or whether traveling to Brighton was too much for them. But the team looked mentally and physically weak, physically tired. He needed to make changes as soon as Brighton scored the second goal. But it took too long, and then they scored the third. Made changes in the 80th, 78th minute. By then the game was lost. Brighton knew how to defend and we couldn't do anything. I think the other point I need to make is we don't seem to have any strong leaders on the pitch. We look good. Players look very active when we're playing well, but when the going gets tough, we don't have leaders on that pitch with the heart and the fight to get us out of that rut of playing under pressure. And we don't know how to win dirty. And I think if this trend continues, it will be very, very frustrating during watching Tottenham this season. Anyway, that's my assessment for the game, Chris. I hope I hope you're well. Otherwise, I'll speak to you later, mate. Take care. Bye.
Hi, this is Mark from Cape Town, South Africa. I'm absolutely gobsmacked that we lost that game yesterday. We were so brilliant in the first half. and the second half was an absolute shambles. Don't know what happened. Went to sleep. Absolutely went to sleep. I thought first half Kulusevski played out of this world. He's having an absolute stunning season. He didn't play that well last year, but this season he's been out of this world. Question to be asked is, do we actually miss Son on the left? Timo Werner tries hard, he puts in the effort, but he gets no end product. His crosses are poor. Don't know when last he scored a goal. Do we actually really miss Son? I guess the answer has to be yes. Can't understand what happened with the defence yesterday. The midfield and the attack were both good. Van der Ven and Romero, you can't drop those two. They're just too solid to drop. And yet yesterday we conspired to lose the game with 3 goals in 18 minutes through an absolutely shambolic defence. Can't understand that. I'm absolutely gobsmacked. I can only hope that we work on the training story and get that defensive line sorted out, because games like this we cannot afford to lose.
Hi everyone, this is Juan Pablo from Londres Blanco, and we want to talk about Brighton game, right? I don't know what to say, honestly. It's a bit of a repeated movie in the sense of you kill a game off and then you concede 1 goal and the team starts to shake up differently and they seem to have a blur and you finish up losing up points. But you didn't lose up points to Brighton itself, you lose up points to your own level of how can we say this, not being able to adapt on being away and kill those games off, or take the pace down in a way that it doesn't let the local team get those opportunities, right? So I cannot believe what happened yet. I don't have all the words I wanted to have, but I cannot excuse Ange for what he said in his press conference, that he thought substitutions wouldn't have changed anything. That's what substitutions are for. You have 5, you can change half a team if you're seeing that level of attitude. And you had better players like Mikey Moore at your disposal when Timo Werner is still not killing off those chances that are so crucial, like the one we had with seconds to go. So a lot has to happen for this team to really compete in the top 4, and let's hope they do that mental change before we play West Ham.
Hi Chris, yesterday's game, big blow, because I thought the team had so much momentum with 5 wins in a row. Obviously Johnson made it 6 goals in 6 games and everything at half time seemed pretty rosy, but that's football for you. You can never get too high with the highs and you can never get too low with the lows, because we know in football things can change very quickly. First half, thought brilliant performance, possibly should have been out of sight again, and I think we're possibly one of the most unlucky teams in the Premier League at the moment, where every mistake seems to get punished. Really poor first goal from our perspective, giving away that goal from Udogie, really wild swing. I think that just comes with experience, and that's something that this team hasn't got at the moment. We lack streetwise, we lack the an ability to manage a game. A lot of people saying Ange, but for me yesterday, player responsibility has to come under it. I think we give away really poor goals. As I says, every mistake at the moment seems to get punished, where I think all our teams at the top of the table are possibly getting away with the mistakes they're making at the moment. So look, I think still more positives than negatives. I think international breaks come at a bad time now. You ideally want a game as early as possible to put the wrongs from Sunday now right again. So look, I wouldn't be getting too down. I think the general play all season has been great, and really, really positive. So we go on to the next run of games now. West Ham, Crystal Palace, very winnable games. Europa League game against AZ Alkmaar, and of course we've got Man City in the Cup coming up. So they're all winnable games. Even Man City, I think, the way we're playing will give any team problems. But at the moment, our biggest problem is ourselves defensively. We're making too many lapses in concentration, giving away too many poor goals, and we're beating ourselves. So look, I wouldn't be too worried about opposition. If we can put our houses in a row, we'll be fine. Come on, you Spurs.
Hey Chris, Melvyn from Malta to talk about yesterday's game. Disappointed to lose 3-2 to Brighton, who beat us again last season. It's a difficult place to go. They've been playing really well. We've been playing well. You know, five games, and we couldn't get the sixth. Johnson scores again. Solanke scores again. The positives from yesterday, and the first half was great to see. Got the goals, 2 quick goals. Disappointing second half. The team looked tired. Udogie looked a bit lost. Maybe coming back from the injury didn't help. Overall this season, I said I expected these type of games. I didn't think we would be a lot different than last season. I still think the team is learning to win, I don't think we've learned how to be 2-0 up and manage the game. I think we're going to go through these processes, and unfortunately for us it's going to be a bit difficult and annoying at times and frustrating, but sadly we need to go through these times for the team to learn. And yeah, I'm at work. This is why you keep hearing these noises. Yeah, hopefully, you know, Spurs pull through this time and get back to winning ways against West Ham. It's frustrating that, you know, you're gonna have to sit on this result for 2 weeks, and I would have loved to get the win, because it would have shot us up the table and we would have been closer to Villa and actually Villa, Chelsea, Liverpool. I'd love to be there and within the conversation for top 4, top 5. It's a young team. I know it's frustrating and annoying, but we just have to support the boys and get behind them, and hopefully 3 points with the next game will make it all good, and Postecoglou will learn from this game. You know, what was frustrating is that we didn't see any leadership on the pitch. I know Younes has been out, but there's plenty of leaders there. You know, with Romero, World Cup winner, Bentancur. You know, these players have to sort of be the leader on the pitch. You know, the ones that are wearing the armband have to speak up and take responsibility for these types of games. Maybe there's an element of fatigue. We'll see. We don't know. Anyway, come on, you Spurs, and talk soon.
Where do I start? First half, you know, as soon as the whistle blows, we're front foot, attacking football, silky smooth football, amazing. You know, went one up. Yes, it was disallowed. Very tight, very unlucky, but, you know, didn't deter us, pushed on. Got the first goal. Great bit of move. Second goal. Probably should have gone in on the break, maybe 3, even 4-0 up. And then I think it goes into the second half, and look, the next goal's crucial, right? So if we get the third goal, I'm sure we hold on, we get a win. But we don't. You know, Brighton get one back, and for me, as soon as Brighton get a goal, there's only one winner. There's no leaders on the pitch. I spoke about this before, you know. Son, love him, great player, you know, been very loyal to the club, not a leader. There's no one there that really grabs the side and says, look lads, come on, let's not throw this away. And then you go into the second half and you think to yourself, who do you blame for that? You know, do you blame the players? Yes. Does Ange Postecoglou take some responsibility for that as well? Yes, I think he does, but not straight into the second half, because I think when it goes 2-1, you know, you should just kind of reorganise, reshuffle, regroup, and just hold on to the lead. and then hopefully push on and get a third. But certainly going into kind of like, 75th, 80th minute, changes had to be made. They were made too late. Formation has to be changed, and no plan B. So I think it's the collective, it's the players, it's the manager. But overall, it is what Tottenham do. I've seen it so many times before, as a fan base, we've all seen it, and it's a real shame. But international break, and then as they say, we go again.
Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. If you would like to get involved in the next episode of Spurs Around the World, please do email me, tottenhamfanchris@gmail.com. Have a good week. Come on, you Spurs.